Self care is one of those topics that we talk about a lot when it comes to mental health, especially on the internet. And over the years, the meaning of self care has somewhat been reduced to focus on only feeling good in the present moment. And there's a lot of truth to it. A lot of times, self care can mean that after a rough day at work, we come back and eat something that makes us happy, or we watch a TV show that feels cozy. But that's not the only understanding or meaning of self care. Here are a few things to remember. Self care is a habit, which means that we develop it over time. What is good for us in the present moment, what would make us happy now, what would be beneficial for us in the future, are all things that we learn to think over time. So it's okay to give ourselves some time to develop these skills. It's also very important to remember that many times taking care of ourselves is also taking accountability. If we find ourselves procrastinating a difficult task, like sending an email that we don't really want to send, or getting on a call with someone that we don't really like, taking responsibility of the fact that we are procrastinating is a very good start for us to make changes that will help us in the future. Adding on to that, it just means that self care isn't always fun. It's not always about feeling good in the present moment. It can sometimes mean that we are consistently learning a new skill that will help us in the future, that we do things that make us feel anxious despite the discomfort. With that being said, self care doesn't always have to be all or nothing. Let's say for us, taking care of ourselves would mean that we maintain a steady routine, we sleep properly, we eat healthy, and we work out regularly. Now, there may be days we are not able to do all of these things. There may be situations where we have to prioritize just one thing, and that's okay. Whenever we put too much pressure to do everything all at once, and we're not able to do that, we feel like failures. That also means that sometimes we can let go of our entire routine completely. I mean, that's pretty much what happens with so many of us during New Year's resolutions. We set up a resolution every year where we might have moments where we are not able to follow the routine and we just give up because we think, what's the point? But self care is not going to be sustainable if we think in that sense. So, prioritizing one thing and maybe trying to be consistent with that is much better than doing nothing at all. It is also important to remember that when we think of self care, we are looking at the long term benefits that we get. Maybe getting up and going for a walk every morning might feel really tedious, or setting aside half an hour to do a new skill might feel boring or even difficult at times, and we want to give up. But these have long term benefits. In the future, this new skill might help us a lot. Walking regularly might help us a lot with our mental health and physical health. Benefits that we don't see at the present moment, but they show up in the future. So, making self care goals that have both short term benefits but also have long term benefits is very important for a proper balance. Do leave a comment as to what are your self care tips that you follow in your life.